The question of why a merciful God would create hell challenges us to think deeply about the nature of mercy, justice, and the reality of free will. To understand this, we need to explore what mercy truly means, the role of justice and the purpose behind the creation of consequences for human actions. Mercy is often misunderstood as being in conflict with justice. But true mercy doesn't ignore justice, it complements it. Imagine a world where there are no consequences for harmful actions, where people can hurt others without any accountability. Such a world would be chaotic, unjust, and ultimately unmerciful to the victims. For mercy to exist meaningfully, it must operate within the framework of justice. Mercy without justice loses its purpose, and justice without mercy becomes harsh. The balance of the two ensures fairness and compassion. Now, why would consequences as severe as hell exist? It starts with the significance of free will. Free will is a gift that allows us to make choices, to grow, and to take responsibility for our actions. But with this freedom comes accountability. If choices have no real consequences, they lose their weight and meaning. Hell is not about vengeance, it's about preserving the moral structure of existence. Think of a judge who lets every criminal go free, no matter how severe their crimes. Such a system would fail to protect the innocent or discourage wrongdoing. Similarly, a world without the possibility of ultimate consequences would undermine the seriousness of moral decisions. Hell exists to emphasize that our choices have real and lasting significance. It's also important to consider that mercy is not withheld simply because hell exists. In fact, life itself is filled with countless opportunities for mercy through guidance, reminders, and second chances. People are given the knowledge and tools to make the right choices. Hell is reserved for those who knowingly, persistently, and deliberately reject those opportunities. It is not the default destination, but the outcome of willful defiance. Imagine a parent guiding their child away from danger, offering warnings, advice, and even punishments meant to steer them back to safety. The parent's actions are rooted in love and mercy. But if the child insists on walking toward harm despite every warning, the consequences become inevitable. Similarly, hell is not created out of cruelty, but as the final result of deliberate choices made against guidance and mercy. Mercy is also extended in the form of proportionality. The intensity of consequences matches the severity of actions and intentions. A small mistake does not lead to the same outcome as deliberate, repeated harm or defiance. This ensures fairness within the system. Some might ask, why not simply annihilate those who reject guidance instead of creating hell? But annihilation would contradict the purpose of free will and accountability. By giving humans free will, a higher power respects their ability to make meaningful choices. Hell acknowledges the weight of those choices, treating them with the seriousness they deserve. To erase someone's existence would be to deny the significance of their decisions. It's also important to recognize that hell exists to uphold justice for victims. For every act of cruelty, oppression, or harm, justice demands that the wrongdoer be held accountable. Hell ensures that no injustice goes unanswered, even if it seems so in this life. Mercy is offered to the wrongdoer, but justice is also extended to the one who suffered. Consider the perspective of those who are wronged. If someone experiences great harm or oppression, would it be merciful to allow their suffering to go unacknowledged and unaddressed? Hell is part of a system that ensures fairness to all, balancing mercy for the wrongdoer with justice for the victim. The existence of hell also highlights the immense responsibility of human choice. It serves as a reminder of the stakes involved in how we live our lives. It encourages reflection, accountability, and striving for betterment. Without the reality of consequences, life could easily lose its sense of purpose and urgency. Some might wonder why an all-powerful being wouldn't simply create a world where everyone automatically chooses good. But such a world would lack the essence of free will. Forced goodness is not true goodness. The beauty of moral actions lies in their voluntary nature. Hell exists because free will exists, and free will exists because it allows humans to rise to their full potential. Hell also serves as a deterrent, motivating individuals to avoid harmful actions and strive for goodness. The very idea of consequences can inspire people to reflect on their choices and align themselves with higher values. This deterrent effect is itself an expression of mercy, guiding people away from paths that lead to harm. Finally, we must remember that hell is not the whole story. It is part of a broader reality that includes immense opportunities for mercy, guidance, and reward. The purpose of life is not simply to avoid hell, but to embrace the higher calling of goodness, purpose, and fulfillment. Hell exists to affirm the seriousness of that calling, not to overshadow it. In the end, the creation of hell is not a contradiction to mercy, but a reflection of the balance between mercy and justice. It acknowledges the significance of free will, the weight of moral decisions, and the need for accountability. Hell is not about cruelty, it is about responsibility. It is a reminder of the profound importance of our choices and the opportunities we have to align ourselves with what is good and just.